Hey y'all, Mike here with the watch list for Tuesday, May 16th. Starting off with the SPY, we're still in that sideways choppy action. Pretty low volume, but really, really nice day. And let's give a hat tip to Matt D. He makes the highlight list a lot. He gave the idea on GSIT, which is falls into the category, of recent high flyer, right? Whole number inflection point. His idea was back through 5. The earlier high 501, so you've got a catalyst above, and you've got Friday's high at 524. So you got whole number inflection point, stacked catalyst, and it breaks 5 and just absolutely rips, goes over 7 at one point. Great post there. I gave UPST, which let me start with the daily, was already in the video this weekend because it gapped up on earnings a few days ago and put in 3 red days, right? So we put it on bounce watch and fast forward to the intraday today. Really, really clean setup. Topped out early at 1648. I typed into chat, I'm paraphrasing, but something like UPST over 1650 is the bounce play entry. I think I wrote of sorts because technically the bounce play entry is a break of the early high, which would be 1649, but I wanted to see it break the half first. So I called it over 1650, which it broke, and man, it just went nuts. Went all the way over 2050 at one point. And the beauty of this one, we had that narrow range. So the break gives you a stop at below this candle here at 1638. So you're looking at like 12 cents risk, $4 move. I can't even calculate the R there. So that was cool. That was my best trade of the day. And I also gave Carvana CVNA, another one that was on bounce watch, right? Well, there's today's candle. I'll take that out. You had the gap up, sold off, and then a nice run 2 days lower. It was also in the weekend video for a bounce play. And then fast forward to the intraday. And somewhere in here, maybe even earlier in the day, I said Carvana CVNA back through 11 because you've got the earlier high of just 1102. So my idea was back through 11. Triggers right there, your worst case stop, like 12, 13 cents below, right? And from there, it went up to, I don't know, 1159, 1160, something like that. But again, great R on that one. So there's a few highlights from today. What are we watching for tomorrow? Let's talk about AI. It had a big pop today, big volume, and a pretty strong close. We're going to keep that on watch. Remember, I don't hold overnight, so all these are hopefully stocks that can give us A-plus setups like the few that I just showed you, right? SPRY had a big rip on Friday. Quiet inside day today, looking for a third day play there. UPST, it's made a huge move now. But because of that move, after the gap up, I mean, it took out the highs of these 3 days. I'd like to see it rest for a day or two, but it definitely stays on watch. We're day traders, right? We got to watch stuff that's in play. ELOX had a huge move today. We're going to watch that one tomorrow. I think it's gapping down now in after hours, but at one point I think it went up to 14 or 15 in after hours. We're going to watch that one. IONQ had a big kind of engulfing day today. I don't know if technically that falls into engulfing, but a big strong day, so we're going to keep that one on a chart. I'm going to put PayPal, PYPL on long watch. Hasn't broken a previous day's high since earnings. It's pretty beaten up. So I'm going to treat that like a bounce play and see if we get an A-plus setup. TRVN, I don't know. I'm kind of the mindset that maybe I am going to pull this one off. No, watch it be a big move tomorrow. I'm going to pull that one off because it's too close to a round trip. It had a big pop back here. I don't mind a few days lower, right? But now it's just too close to a round trip. That's not saying you shouldn't watch it tomorrow, but I'm just going to try to pare down my list a little bit. So having said that, I will probably have it on a chart, right? As a matter of fact, I'm trying to spot a chart to put it on for tomorrow now. Let's see. Which might make you say, well, then why don't you just put it on the list? But anyway, I'm going to pull it off the list. Lemonade, LMND. Had a really nice run here on earnings. Now you're like 4 days lower, declining volume. I'm going to put that on bounce watch. FOSL is just oversold, so this is not a pretty chart. Let's go to weekly. This may be close to, maybe sitting at all-time lows here. Pretty close to it anyway, right? So let's go back to daily. Anyway, it's got that kind of downside shape change. Maybe a snapback bounce. Again, ugly chart, but I'm just looking for it for a snapback bounce for a day trade. We'll see if it gives us a setup. XMTR put in a nice green candle today. If you were in chat, somewhere in here, let me zoom in a little bit. This was on Bounce Watch, right? Somewhere in here, I was asking you guys what you had for the early high. If you look at my chart, it showed 1676, but that's on 5-minute candles. If I switch to twos, Wayne would say, good thing you don't pay a lot for these charts, Mike. Switch to twos, most of you had the high of 1691, which is where it opened. But you all knew why I was asking, because over that would be the bounce play trigger, right? So let's go back to fives anyway. Once it got over that 1690, which was right there, the stop would have been there. It made a nice move. I did not trade this one. But anyway, what we've got now is a nice pop. A few days lower now, a couple days lower now, a green day. So I'm going to keep this on long watch. It looks like maybe it popped, pulled back, and has turned the corner to head back up again. So I'm going to keep that on a chart. A, B, and B. Maybe a little bottoming tail today. I'm going to put that on long watch. Carvana, I already mentioned this one. Looks very similar to that XMTR I just showed you. Had the nice pop, a couple days lower. We did trade this one today, and then it went out at the highs. So I'm going to, that's got a lot of shorts in it. I'm going to keep that one on watch. AIRS. On Friday, topped at 7. Today, quiet inside day, topped at 7 again. So this one's interesting over 7. Didn't even trade a million shares today, though, so keep that one in mind. And then lastly, another recent high flyer, VYGR, had a nice pop last week and pulled back and is, curled back up on Friday. And today put in kind of an inside day. But I like the way it's holding up, so I'm going to keep that one on long. I'm going to put that one on long watch for tomorrow. We'll work together in the pre-market as we always do and add some other gappers to the list. And hopefully we'll find some more A+ setups tomorrow. Have a good night.